radar screens inside the operations center glow in the dim light. A low electronic pulse echoes quietly through the room as aircraft icons move slowly across the digital map of the Middle East. Then, suddenly, new signals appear. Multiple military transport aircraft entering regional airspace. Tanker planes circling above strategic flight corridors. Surveillance systems repositioning over the Persian Gulf. Within hours, defense analysts begin connecting the dots. Reports indicate that nearly 20,000 U.S. troops are being deployed across key military installations in the Middle East. At the same time, elite special operations units, often associated with Delta Force, are believed to be moving into forward positions. For observers watching closely, this kind of movement raises an important question. Why now? Because large-scale deployments of this type rarely happen without a strategic calculation behind them. And when troop movements, air power assets, and intelligence systems begin appearing in the same region at the same time, it often signals a shift in military posture. Across international media and regional networks, the story spreads quickly. Some analysts describe it as routine reinforcement. Others see something more significant. In Tehran, officials respond with strong rhetoric. Iranian political and military figures claim that the outcome of any future confrontation would not be decided by Washington alone. Statements from Iranian leadership emphasize resilience and strategic patience. Some even argue that any conflict would ultimately end on terms dictated by Iran. But behind the political language, military planners on both sides are watching the same thing: movement. Because in modern warfare, positioning forces early can determine the outcome long before the first shot is ever fired. Large troop deployments rarely begin with dramatic announcements. They begin quietly. Cargo aircraft arrive at night, landing on long desert runways across the region. Heavy equipment, communication systems, armored vehicles, and personnel begin moving into place. One aircraft becomes two become 10. Within days, an entire logistics network begins forming. Above these bases, aerial refueling tankers orbit high above the region. Their mission is simple but essential: extend the operational range of fighter jets, drones, and reconnaissance aircraft that patrol the skies. Without aerial refueling, even the most advanced fighter aircraft are limited by fuel capacity. But with tankers in the sky, aircraft can remain on station for hours longer, dramatically expanding the reach of air operations. And that is where air superiority begins. Not with missiles, but with logistics. One of the most closely watched elements of the deployment is the presence of elite U.S. Special Operations units. Among the most discussed are elements linked to Delta Force, a unit known for operating in high-risk environments where precision and speed are critical. These units are typically tasked with missions such as counter-terrorism operations, high-value target tracking, strategic reconnaissance, rapid strike coordination. Unlike conventional forces, special operations teams can operate with a small footprint while producing significant strategic effects. Their presence in a region often signals preparation for complex scenarios. Not necessarily conflict, but readiness for multiple outcomes. For military analysts, that distinction matters. Because the presence of elite units alongside large troop deployments suggests layered operational planning. At the same time these deployments are being discussed internationally, Iran has been releasing its own signals. Recently, Iranian media published footage showing extensive underground military facilities, including what appear to be fortified storage areas and missile infrastructure built beneath the surface. These underground complexes are designed to protect strategic assets from potential airstrikes. For years, Iran has invested heavily in hardened underground bases capable of storing missiles, drones, and military equipment, far from conventional surveillance. The message behind these videos is clear. Iran wants to demonstrate that even if conflict escalates, key military capabilities could survive initial attacks. Whether these facilities can withstand modern precision strikes remains a topic of debate among defense analysts. But the psychological impact of these videos is undeniable. They send a signal of deterrence. At the same time, the information environment around the conflict remains complex. Footage circulating online has claimed to show dramatic developments, including alleged attacks and injuries involving political leaders. However, many of these claims remain unverified. In modern conflicts, information spreads faster than facts can be confirmed. Analysts, therefore, approach these reports with caution, focusing instead on verifiable indicators such as troop movements, aircraft deployments, and official military statements. Because while videos and rumors can influence public perception, military strategy is often revealed through logistics and positioning. And that is exactly what is unfolding across the region. The Middle East remains one of the most strategically sensitive regions on Earth. Critical shipping lanes pass through the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow corridor where a large portion of the world's oil supply travels each day. Any instability in this region can have global consequences. For that reason, major military powers maintain a constant presence here. Aircraft carriers patrol nearby waters. Air bases host fighters, bombers, and surveillance aircraft. Missile defense systems stand ready to intercept potential threats. When troop numbers increase significantly, it often signals preparation for sustained operational readiness rather than short-term deployments. And that is what analysts are currently evaluating. Right now, the skies over the Middle East remain relatively calm. Aircraft continue their patrol patterns. Radar networks monitor the horizon. Troops settle into bases across the region. But beneath that calm surface, strategic positioning continues. 20,000 troops, elite special operations units, expanded air power networks. Each of these elements forms part of a larger military posture designed to respond quickly if conditions change. Anyone watching this situation carefully usually pauses to consider the stakes. Because once forces are already in place, the timeline for decision-making becomes dramatically shorter. And in modern military strategy, the quiet phase before a crisis often reveals more about future intentions than any public statement ever could. For now, the question remains open. Is this simply a show of readiness, or the early stage of a much larger strategic shift? The answer may depend on what happens next.